Most people think container gardening is limited, like you can only grow a few small herbs or maybe some leafy greens in a window box. And honestly, I thought the same thing when I started. I had this image of container gardening as kind of decorative, nice to look at, not actually useful. But that's not true. There are plenty of crops that grow extremely well in containers, and some of them actually perform better than they would in open soil. Better drainage control, better root temperature, fewer pests crawling up from the ground. In this video, I'll show you 15 crops that grow like crazy in containers, perfect for beginners or anyone working with a small space. And number 15 is one of the easiest plants you can grow anywhere, even if you have absolutely zero gardening experience. These crops are on the list because they do three things well. They grow in small spaces, they give consistent harvests, and they're beginner-friendly without a lot of fussing. Some will give you food in just a few weeks. Others keep producing for months from one pot. Stay till the end. The last one genuinely surprised me. Number 1, coriander, or cilantro if you're in the US. This is one of the fastest growing herbs you can put in a container, and it's almost perfectly designed for pot life. It doesn't need deep soil, 6 inches is plenty. It doesn't need a huge pot, and unlike a lot of herbs, you don't have to wait for the whole plant to be ready before you start using it. Just trim what you need from the outside and the top, and it keeps pushing out new growth underneath. You can do this several times before the plant starts to bolt and flower. One thing though, coriander hates heat. Once temperatures climb, it bolts fast, leaves get sparse. Keep the pot somewhere with afternoon shade through summer, and that extends the harvest by weeks. The next crop is even more reliable for steady harvests. Number 2, dwarf tomatoes. Regular tomatoes can get massive, tall, heavy, sprawling. Dwarf varieties stay compact, which makes them genuinely perfect for containers. And here's what people don't expect. Even though the plant is small, it still produces full-sized fruit. Not cherry tomatoes, actual tomatoes, in cycles over a whole growing season. The key is sunlight, at least 6 hours a day. One dwarf tomato plant in a 5-gallon pot will produce more than most people expect from something that size. Keep the watering consistent. Tomatoes hate being soaked one day and bone dry the next. That inconsistency causes cracking and blossom end rot. Regular, steady watering, and you'll be pulling fruit off this thing for months. Number 3, bell peppers. Bell peppers are one of those plants that looks like it needs more space than it actually does. In a 3 to 5-gallon pot, a healthy bell pepper plant will produce multiple peppers over an entire season. They need full sun and steady watering. Let the soil dry out too much, and the plant starts dropping flowers before they set fruit. Get those basics right, and bell peppers in a container are genuinely low effort. No sprawling vines, no staking needed for most varieties. Plant it, water it, give it sun, harvest when they reach the size and color you want. The next plant is even easier to maintain once it gets going. Number 4, eggplant. Eggplant is one I didn't try in containers for a long time because I assumed it needed more space. It doesn't. In a warm climate with decent sun, eggplant in a large container, 10 gallons or so, produces multiple fruits and keeps producing. The more you harvest, the more it puts out. Once established, it's genuinely low maintenance. Water it, keep it in the sun, harvest regularly. That's basically it. Picked at the right size before they get too big and the seeds toughen up, homegrown eggplant is noticeably more tender and less bitter than the supermarket version.
Number 5, mustard greens. If you want something that produces fast and keeps producing, mustard greens are hard to beat. They grow quickly, you're looking at harvestable leaves in around 4 weeks from seed, and they're a cut and come again crop. Take the outer leaves, leave the center alone, and the plant just keeps going. One pot of mustard greens can supply a continuous stream of greens for weeks. They don't need a deep container, 8 inches is enough. Wide and shallow works fine. The flavor is punchy and peppery raw, but mellows completely when cooked. Sautéed with garlic, they're a totally different thing. The next crop is surprisingly powerful for something you usually just grab in a grocery bag without thinking. Number 6, garlic. Here's the thing about garlic in containers. It's slow. We're talking several months from planting a clove to pulling a bulb, so if you want something fast, this isn't it. But it's one of the most reliable, low-effort crops you can grow. Plant individual cloves in fall, pointed end up a couple inches deep, leave them alone over winter. They push up green shoots you can harvest as garlic greens, mild flavor, great in cooking, before the bulb is even ready. When the lower leaves yellow in summer, the bulbs are done. Almost zero maintenance in between, just patience. Number 7, shallots. Shallots work on a similar principle to garlic. You plant a single bulb, and it multiplies underground into a cluster of new bulbs by harvest time. They grow well in containers, don't need deep soil, and are compact. An 8-inch deep pot will hold quite a few. Harvest the whole cluster, use what you need, replant the smaller ones for the next cycle. Consistent performers. Not many pest issues, not many disease problems. They just quietly do their thing. If you're building a long-term setup, shallots are one of those crops you plant once and keep cycling indefinitely. Number 8, sweet corn. Okay, I'll be upfront here. Sweet corn is not the easiest on this list. It's not a beginner's first choice. It needs large containers, at least 5 gallons per plant. It needs full sun, and it needs to be planted in a cluster because corn is wind-pollinated. You need multiple plants near each other for the ears to fill out properly. But it works if you commit to the setup. Corn eaten the same day it's picked has a sweetness that fades within hours of harvest. Supermarket corn was picked days or weeks before you eat it. The difference is real. Not the easiest on the list, not the most practical for a tiny space, but rewarding. Number 9, spinach. Spinach is one of the most productive leafy greens you can grow in a container, and it's a cut-and-come-again crop, meaning you don't pull the whole plant. You take the outer leaves, leave the center alone, and it keeps pushing out new growth. One pot of spinach, managed properly, can keep producing for weeks. It doesn't need deep soil, 8 inches is plenty. Wide and shallow containers work well because you can fit several plants together and stagger the harvests. It also handles cooler weather better than almost anything else on this list. Early spring, late fall, those times of year when most things aren't producing, spinach is actually at its best. The leaves are darker, more earthy, and noticeably better tasting than summer spinach that's been stressed by heat. Number 10, small melon varieties. This is the one that gets the most skeptical reactions when I mention it. Melons in containers? That sounds like it shouldn't work. And to be honest, it doesn't work with most melon varieties. Full-size watermelons, cantaloupes, those need open ground and a lot of room to run. But small, compact varieties like Minnesota midget cantaloupe or sugar baby watermelon are bred to stay manageable. In a large container with a trellis and a small sling to support the developing fruit, these actually produce. One of the more hands-on setups on this list, but getting even 2 or 3 small melons from a patio container feels slightly ridiculous in the best way.
Number 11, mint. Mint is the one plant on this list that genuinely needs to be in a container. Not because it won't grow in the ground, it absolutely will, but because in the ground it'll spread in every direction through underground runners and take over way more space than you intended. In a container, all that aggressive energy stays where you put it. The plant still grows like crazy, full, bushy, constantly productive. Cut it back and it comes right back. Hard to kill, doesn't need perfect soil, doesn't need deep roots. And fresh mint, actually fresh, not the wilting supermarket bunch, smells nothing like the dried stuff. If you cook with it or make tea at all, there's no comparison. Number 12, carrots. Carrots in containers have one important rule: depth. Standard carrot varieties need at least 12 inches of soil to grow straight and full. Too shallow and you get stubby, forked, stunted carrots that technically work but feel like a consolation prize. Get a deep container, a bucket, a tall pot, or a deep grow bag, fill it with loose, sandy potting mix, and carrots grow really well. The sandy mix is important because carrots want to push straight down through nothing. Rocky or compacted soil makes them fork and twist. And a just-pulled carrot is genuinely different from a bagged supermarket carrot harvested weeks ago. Sweeter, crunchier, more vivid color, worth the extra effort. Number 13, dill. Dill is a quick, low-effort herb that a lot of people overlook, probably because they only ever see it as a garnish. In a container, it grows fast. You can start snipping feathery leaves within 3 to 4 weeks from seed. Harvest from the top and let the lower growth keep going. It does bolt in heat like coriander, so keep it an afternoon shade through summer. But before it bolts, it produces well and basically looks after itself. Let it go to seed and you get dill seeds, a different, more concentrated spice, great for pickling. So even when it bolts, it's still giving you something. Number 14, bush beans. Bush beans are one of the underrated container crops on this list. Unlike pole beans that want to climb and sprawl, bush beans stay compact, usually under 2 feet tall, which makes them a natural fit for pots. A 5-gallon container holds around 5 or 6 plants comfortably. They produce in flushes. You get a wave of beans, pick them all, and then the plant sets another round. Over a season, you get multiple flushes from the same plants. They also do something most vegetables don't. They fix nitrogen in the soil as they grow. So at the end of the season, the soil in that container is actually in better condition than when you started. Whatever you plant next in that same pot benefits from it. That's a nice bonus for a container setup where you're reusing the same soil across seasons. And number 15, amaranth. This is the one I mentioned at the start, the easiest plant on the list, the one that genuinely surprised me. Amaranth grows fast, survives in poor soil, handles heat better than almost anything else on this list, and produces heavily. The leaves are edible as greens. Harvest them young and they're mild, slightly earthy, used across a lot of world cuisines as a cooked leafy vegetable. But the plant also produces seeds, masses of them, in those distinctive feathery grain heads that tower above the plant. The seeds are a grain, high in protein, and you can harvest them in large quantities from just a few plants. So you're getting 2 harvests from one plant, greens throughout the growing season, then grain at the end. In a large container, one amaranth plant produces a surprising amount of both. It looks dramatic, too. Tall, colorful flower heads, red, gold, purple, depending on the variety. If you've never grown it, it's a good one to start with.
Before you start planting, container success isn't just about the plant. It's 4 things. Pot size, too small and the plant stresses and stops producing. Match the container to what that plant actually needs. Sunlight, most food crops need 6 to 8 hours minimum. If your space doesn't get that, stick to leafy greens, coriander, and dill. They're more forgiving. Watering consistency, too much, too little, or unpredictable, all 3 cause problems. Most crops want the soil to get slightly dry between waterings, not bone dry, not constantly wet. And soil quality. Garden soil from your yard in a container is usually a mistake. It compacts and drains badly. Use a proper potting mix designed for containers. Get those 4 things right, and almost everything on this list performs better than you'd expect. So that's 15 crops that can turn a patio, balcony, or sunny corner into something actually productive. Some, like coriander and mustard greens, you'll be harvesting within a month. Others, like garlic and shallots, need patience but almost 0 effort. And a few, like hot peppers and amaranth, just keep producing longer than you expect. None of them need a lot of space. None of them need a garden. If you want more, I can show you the fastest crops for quick harvests, seed to table in under 30 days, or the highest yield container setups for beginners who want to maximize a small space. Check out the next video.